This should be a very fun conclusion to this contract situation with Trey. So, according to Adam Schefter on Monday, he's expecting Trey, when he gets signed, to get 35 to 40 million, somewhere in that price tag range. Now, we know this offseason the Bengals offered Trey 28 million. He obviously declined that, even though before the Mad Max Crosby contract where he got signed for 35, according to what we understand, Trey was willing to accept 28. But once, Crosby got signed, that was off the table. Like, he was no longer okay with 28 million. So, which is fun, price tag, crazy money. The rumor was this offseason, at least the last couple months, was that Trey wanted somewhere like 32 to 34 million. Obviously, us offering him 28 doesn't help out a lot when it comes to that because he wants us to at least go up to 32, 34. With this back and forth that has been absolutely toxic as beyond belief on both sides. Both sides feel very disrespected. Both sides are not happy with one another. This is now the new price tag range. 35 to 40 for Trey. I'm assuming because this is coming in from Adam Schefter here. As he says right here, Trey Hendrickson, why? I think there will be in the Crosby Garrett range. Somewhere in there. And obviously that's 35 to 40 million. I'm assuming because it's coming in from Adam Schefter here, that and not Ian Rappaport, that this is Trey's side that wants 35 to 40 million. If it was come from Ian Rappaport, then that's completely different. Because Ian Rappaport usually will tweet out stuff that's leaking from the Bengals side. Adam Schefter is more leaked stuff from the player side. So this is most likely kind of getting out there potentially from Trey's side of what Trey wants. Which, again, 35 to 40 million is so much money. I don't think they're gonna. If he wants 35, 40 million, they're not getting a contract done. They're not. They're not getting a contract done. I think in the end, the sweet spot for all this to end is 31.5. 31.5 million. I think that's the sweet spot where they can work out a long-term deal and everything can go well. But keep in mind, that's also a factor too. Trey wants a long-term deal. He wants a 4 to 5 year deal. The Bengals do not want to offer him a long-term deal. So it's not just the money per year that is the problem here with Trey. It's also the contract length. He wants to know he's locked up for the next 4 to 5 years, while the Bengals would rather have a short-term contract, make it incentive-based, and have a lower start base salary going into it with incentives that would boost it up to a certain amount. Where Trey doesn't want that. Trey wants it, kind of the guarantee that he's going to be on this team for the foreseeable future. Plus, he's going to be able to get the base salary and the contract. So that's another issue here is that we know of is that the Bengals, they don't want to offer him a long-term contract. So I was thinking in the end, it would be 31.5 per year, 4-year contract, and that's kind of where they would walk away. If we're talking about 35 to 40 million, I don't think there's any way in heck the Bengals ever get to that situation ever. Like, they're not going to give him 35 to 40 million. It's just not going to happen. And I know, like, Adam says here about how, like, TJ Watt and him will get the Crosby Garrett range. The problem is Garrett and Crosby play run defense. They're really good run defenders as they are really good pass rushers. Trey's not a good run defender. He can't stop the run. So he's kind of a one-dimensional guy, but he's so good at being that one-dimensional. That's why he's going to get crazy money. But you can't really compare Trey when it comes to Watt and when it comes to Crosby just because of the different type of play styles. One is kind of like an all-round monster, and then Trey is like a specialized monster. That makes sense. So, not saying Trey's not good. Obviously, Trey's amazing. But when it comes to paying people, you're going to pay someone and say, okay, well, I know I have Trey for like 70, 80% of these, downs when it comes to pass rushing downs. The 30% rushing downs is going to be somewhat of a liability in that context. So again, it is what it is. I just don't see anywhere close to 35, 40 million. I mean, I just want this contract done with, and I want them to pay him and get it over with, because it's not worth all this crap. It's not worth this back and forth. It's not worth this, constant issues over and over again. So that's my mindset. Just get this over with so we can just stop this back and forth. But it's not going to happen if he wants 35 to 40 million. If he is okay with settling with that 31.5 and then we work out that 4 or 5 year contract, I think that everyone will be happy in the end. But again, now we also have to talk about the Bengals getting the 31.5. They offered him $28 million, and Katie Blackburn very clearly stated he should be happy with what he's getting offered. Oh, man. I just want this situation done with. I really do. I want Trey paid. I want Stewart paid. I want the situation to all be neutral and happy in the end. But the problem is, I've said this many times, both situations are so toxic. Both players have publicly spoke out about the team. Both players, obviously, clearly from the team point of view, not too happy with them. So there's no situation we walk out of this clean, right? So we just got to try to get these contracts done with and put this behind us. And, that's easier said than done. For a long time, this was seen as just a business thing. But as Trey has said before, that this is now personal. This is a lack of respect he believes is a lack of respect from the team respecting him. And from Stewart's side, as Stewart said, they'd rather win arguments than win games. So, this is both sides is very, very bad situation. So, I'm just hoping everything gets figured out. And we can go into the season with a positive outlook. Because, man, it is hard to get this positive outlook right now. But hopefully 35... Hopefully this is not what... Like, if Adam Schefter thinks the Bengals pay him 35 to 40 million... Yeah, you're crazy, man. You're absolutely crazy. You might be saying that because that's what Trey side wants, but there's just no way. There's no way they would ever do that. It's maybe at most. It's funny because with the whole T. Higgins situation, when people were saying that T was going to get 30 plus million, right? If you guys remember way back in the day, I was saying that was crazy. That was ridiculous. That was never going to happen. I said at most you get like 27.5, 28 mil. That's right around what he got. Because it just doesn't make logical sense. They're never going to go above that. Especially if they offered him 28 million and they said he should be happy about it. That just signifies we're not interested in your 35 mil. See you guys in the next one though. Peace out.